We have done the floor and moved the car to the middle of the garage. Next step is to paint all the gray. I'm going to lay clear on all the gray parts, at least on the I was almost to say the port side, the left side. On this side we maybe just paint to this line here. So I have to decide that first, and then prepare the surface like this to get the paint to stuck. The first thing we will do is paint over gray over all this filler, so we get the uniform color on it. Then I'm going to fade out everything. And when I do that, we have to decide if we going to paint this part over here. So we mask off this part first, so we have the option to not paint it. On the other side we will paint everything. Here I have to go so far out, so we're going to put clear on all this side. So I'm going to prepare it with this thing, and then mask off everything that we not will paint. Something like that. And now we take the other side. This green cloth is taking care of all the dust. So that's the last step before actually painting. I don't want any gray dust on top of the red. The plan is to fade out the red against the door. Now we mask the car with some extra masking, like an extra protection. This will be fine. The point of no return. First I go over it with a light layer. Then we wait for the paint to get tacky. Then I go over it again with a thicker layer. This will be good for now. We let this dry and take off everything that covers the gray. Then I do one more coat just to fade it out a little bit better. I think that will be the best thing. Right now we have all the things here in this room, because I don't want overspray on them. I have one thing on this rear bumper here that's not so good. We have to repaint this. And I think I can just do a... puts av det här. I think I just can paint this area. But it's a bit lean over here and here. So I need to paint a bigger paste there. And I think I have paint for that. I also want to paint the front bumper a bit in the end here, you can see I'm almost have not covered up, but it's not covered in some spots in the rear end here. You're never gonna see it, but I think I want to do it correctly. This maybe you can see, and maybe you can see these areas here, but I think I have enough paint to paint all the gray on the car and still have paint over to repair this on the rear bumper. We go for that, I think. It looks really good. Yes, it does. It looks really good. And I just decided that I know I should do another paint. I have calculated to do another paint and blend it in over these areas. But I think I will do all the gray. I have enough paint to do all the gray on both sides. So I will paint over these areas too. We will change the masking here and do the last paint here. Now I also need to do a light sanding on this area so the paint can stick to it. Then we need to clean everything again before we can start painting. Perfect! Now we clean it and just paint the last thing. Yes. At first when I started painting this grey color on the bumpers, I thought the color looked a little bit dark. But now when I see it on the car, it's perfect. My memory was correct. The color was Q7. I didn't have the color down written anywhere. I just remember Q7 and it was Q7. Mercury grey. And now we do the same thing again. First over it with a light layer, then we wait for the paint to get sticky, then over with the heavier layer. And there the paint can is almost empty. So I empty it here at the bottom where the skirt gonna cover it. And I do that because maybe you can get some bad drips from the last thing in the spray can. And after that had dried, there were time for clear coat. And we had the same strategy for that one. First a light layer, then wait a couple of minutes to the paint get sticky, and then over with a heavy layer. And here I want to do a really heavy layer to get the clear coat to float out really nice. I have a hard time to see where I'm painting, so I grab this light, it helps a lot. We are still on my light layer here. I want a little bit more paint on it before we wait for the paint to get sticky. Wait. As you can see, I do a much heavier layer here. It gets a lot thicker, and you can see it get really glossy here. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment. That's always nice. Bye bye.